Rob, why don't you, in 60 seconds or less, tell us why you started Game Plan You?
But I started Game Plan You to provide a little bit more of a door opener for founders who are searching for capital, searching for the need to, how can I grow my business and I don't know anybody in sports, or how do I grow my business and I don't know technology. So we kind of put these two groups together, and the third piece of that was career seekers, those coming into the marketplace, this rising talent that's out there that's really searching for that opportunity, whether it's with a team, a league, an agency, a sponsor, but they don't know how to get through. So sports technology, we felt that is the best way to connect them, that gives them a wide range of where they could fit in and use some of their skill sets that they could develop earlier on. So put those 3 or 4 groups together, and that's how we created this community.
What sets Game Plan You apart?
Well, we're not an accelerator, and so we're not really asking our groups that come in, our founders that come in, to go into groups, to go into cohorts, and you're going to have 15, 18, 6 months to do so. And those programs are wonderful if you're prepared for it, if you're prepared for that intensity of it. We wanted to create an association or a community that allows founders to come inside and out, to commit when they can, but really to pull out the programming that we provide each month, whether it's a peer-to-peer pitch, whether it's a roundtable, whether it's meditation. We want them to be able to stitch together things that matter or make sense to them and where they are at the stages of their business.
Why don't we dive into the verticals a little bit more, Mike?
In terms of the founders who join our community, there's really two aspects of where we provide value to you, the entrepreneur, the founder. Number one is validation, right? You have this great idea. You're watching Sunday Night Baseball and you come up with the next big idea of, how you can engage with fans through the game, right? Before you invest and tap into your 401k and all of those things, like, let's cool the brakes on it a little bit. Let's really validate your concept. Let's take a step back and let's see if there is a need for this in the marketplace. Number two, and maybe more importantly, is support. I know Rob could speak to this as a fellow entrepreneur, but it's a lonely place. It's a lonely place. It's a lot of late nights, and we want to provide that support system where founders have a community of like-minded individuals and fellow entrepreneurs who go through those same trials and tribulations, who can share successes and victories, all of those things. What Rob said too, in terms of marketing support, tech support, biz dev support, whatever you need, building an advisory board, we want to step in there and be that support system to help you, the founder. And I think the last vertical too is collaboration, networking with like-minded individuals, because you never know. Just because a founder has their own business, you never know. Maybe you put them together and it clicks. So those are really the two concepts for founders, is our validation and that support system.
Quickly touching on that, just think about the meeting we had the other night, right? Our peer-to-peer roundtable. It was an amazing experience. We had our 2 newest founders come on and give their 5-minute pitch to the community. And what an outstanding, they got amazing feedback from the other founders that were there. They got so much support and positivity and encouragement. And these our existing founders, the ones that have been with us for a really long time, really took the time to help these new founders get comfortable, to feel like they had something to work with when they walked away from that meeting. And this is, I think, the true meaning of community when we talk about Game Plan You. So I love that you brought up those points, Mike. Really important. Rob, why don't you talk about our EIRs, our executives in residence, a bit, because we've got some rock stars there.
EIRs are industry executives, those within the sports industry, sports entertainment and media industry globally, that they're folks that are going to help you realize revenue. Or they're also going to be folks that are angel investors, right? So they're going to be interested in not only advising you, mentoring you, but also potentially providing some funding as well.
And this is different than just being on LinkedIn and just reaching out to people who you could connect with to mentor. These are people that are a dedicated and loyal asset to the Game Plan You community. They are invested in our process and with our founders and with us. And so they are super connected and super kind of dialed in with our founders, and they give them special attention when they reach out. So I think that that's a unique thing that we have. I'm going to talk a little bit about about our talent, because that's they're the most near and dear to my heart. You know, we bring in people who are maybe just in college, right? Maybe they're just graduating college. Maybe they're looking for an internship. Maybe they're looking to do some summer work. But it's also people who have experience in the world of work, who have been in the industry or have been in a similar industry and are looking to pivot and to do something a little bit different, to innovate a little bit. And so these are people, not just newbies who don't have a lot of experience, but there are people who are talented, who have a lot of energy, who have a lot of drive, and we bring them into the community to be able to support our founders and their startups. And so they'll come in to work on their portfolio, to work on, you know, networking, and also to work on building up their resume by doing one-off projects with our founders, being kind of a fly on the wall in the community and watching the process, learning how to become a founder themselves, which maybe down the road, this is something that they want to do. So the talent that we have that comes into the community is an amazing, it's an amazing opportunity to be part of that community. But it's also really, really helpful for our founders to be able to have some support in the work, because we know how difficult it is, and we know how challenging it can be to get, you know, social media marketing people to help you out, or just all the things that an entrepreneur has to do. And many times it's just one or two people. Our talent come in and they dive right in with our founders and help them. And they also get to network with our EIRs, and they get mentorship with them as well. So it's a win-win on both ends for them. But I'm talking a lot about that kind of that community. So Mike, you can do is talk to us about that marketplace. Talk to us about what actually happens when someone becomes a member of the Game Plan You community.
There's really three kind of verticals to the marketplace. Number one is our series of monthly programming. And, you know, Dee, before I go any further, I'm going to volley it back to you because I could talk about it, but you're the expert. So talk a little bit about the mindful moments that you have each month and what those entail.
Yeah, absolutely. So once a month and once a week, I actually do meditation. But once a month, I bring a different topic to the table. And it's a quick snippet. It is like 30 minutes where I try to dive deep with a specific topic, whether it's conflict management, whether it's stress management, whether it's next level leadership, whether it's how to communicate more effectively, whether it's how to show up to your day. I come up with a topic that is relevant and is going to be something that's going to help our founders to bring their business to the next level. It's an opportunity for us to be mindful about our process as leaders. And I do that once a month, as well as leading meditations once a week, because we all know how important it is to try and keep your mind a little bit more quiet and find your center on a regular basis, because being a founder, running a startup is incredibly stressful thing to do. And it can cause a lot of angst and just high blood pressure throughout the day. So it's important to be able to find that center.
In terms of some other programming, we have once a month an executive roundtable. That's where we feature one of our EIRs or potentially somebody who may not be an EIR, who's but relevant in the sport industry, whether they're VP of sales for a team, VP of marketing, VP of innovation, or maybe they're an angel investor. Number two is our sprint competitions. We run by twice a year. And that is a bracket style tournament where we feature our founders in a head-to-head tournament against each other. You each have a 60-second video, and we vote on each week. Founders advance to the championship. And then really the third and most important component is that community piece. So as we mentioned earlier before, connecting the students and talent with investors and executives and the fellow founders as well. We couldn't be more proud of our marketplace, and just hopeful and super excited for all of you to come join.
And this podcast is specifically designed to help people learn about our community and also about all of the events we have going on. Elevate 22 is our umbrella for all of the education and all of the outreach and all of the learning modules that we are incorporating as part of the Game Plan You community. Whether it is a one-day, 24-hour perfect your pitch opportunity, or it's a 3-day intensive that we are planning in January to help with networking and business validation and support, and again, pitch presentation and investment opportunities. And training and talent and all of that. We are providing next level educational programming and opportunities where our community can come together, learn, support, develop their business, their relationships, their networking, their finances. And so we're super excited about this next vertical with Gameplan You, because we really believe this is our secret sauce. And this, like I said earlier today, Rob, they have their own set of rules and own set of logic about how they show up, because being an entrepreneur is unlike any other business venture. We understand that, we realize it, and we're doing the best we can to provide you education, support, validation, and a community where you will learn, grow, and flourish. So that's Elevate 22.
Gameplan You is a community. So if you're in the category of a startup founder, if you're an executive in the sports media industry globally, doesn't matter where you live, if you're an investor, or if you're a career seeker or an up and coming talent within the industry, you could join as a member, and you're going to have access to all the benefits that we talked about. So it's a membership based program. You have options there on what level you want to be involved in. And we certainly hope that you take a look at us, and certainly reach out to us anytime for a one-on-one consultation as well. So gameplanu.org. And we'll see you next time. Thanks for joining us on Gameplan You today. Elevate the podcast.